Do you know that one student reminds the teacher of the homework? That was me. I was that bitch. Was I ashamed? A little. I was better than the average in school, I think. But what I was really good at was painting. Painting was my passion. Yin, what does this one mean? One of my classmates asked. That means that the statement is incorrect. I simply replied, Thanks, Yin. My classmate thanked me. I usually help my classmates or guided them with their homework. If they were struggling though, I enjoyed helping them anyway. I felt like some sort of heroic main character, but that was until... All right, everyone. We have a new classmate in our class. The teacher spoke out. I turned my attention to the new girl. She was pretty. Introduce yourself, the teacher spoke out. I'm going to be so mean. It says like Futimo. The girl introduced herself and gave everyone a wide smile. I wish I never approached her. Everyone soon looked at me. I flinched in surprise. I raised an eyebrow as to why everyone was staring at me. I'm going to butcher this. I don't know what this says. Oh. Atu itul apo sp adura. All of them spoke out. Second person's POV. You let out a sharp inhale as you woke up. You quickly sat up as you tried to catch your breath. You soon felt your cheeks were wet. You slowly got out of bed and looked at the mirror. What was I crying in my sleep? You mumbled, as it was a weird dream. A dream. A fragment of your past. A past you never want to remember. But what they said, what did it mean? You let out a deep sigh, and you soon decided to get ready for school. Whatever. I'll think about it. It means in school. You thought. You let out a soft chuckle at how you were so smart in middle school, but now you were nothing but a dumbass struggling to work with 3 brain cells. As soon as you finished getting ready, you got out of your apartment and headed to school. As you walked the streets to school, you noticed a tall, familiar figure in front of you. Is that Sir Kogashibo? You mumbled. You soon confirmed that it was him. You quickly ran up to him. Sir, you shouted as you tried to catch up with him. He then slowly turned around to see you. Good morning, sir. You gave him a salute. He then let out a small chuckle. Good morning, Yin, he replied. By the way, sir, why are you a little late than usual? You asked. Well, my alarm clock didn't work, and so I accidentally slept all the way. He simply replied. Oh, you mumbled. What time is it anyways? He spoke. You looked at your watch. 7:56. You were cut off by him quickly sprinting. You were cut off by surprise. Wait, sir, wait for me! You shouted as you quickly ran to catch up to him. He abruptly stops and crouches. Get on my back, Yin. We're late for school, he spoke out. You hesitated for a little, but soon climbed on his back. We're not that late. You were cut off by him quickly running. You shrieked in surprise. You were at loss for words over how fast he was, but enjoyed the free ride. You hummed as you walked up to your locker and removed your shoes and wore your school slippers. You haven't seen any of your friends yet. You wondered where they were. I'm not good at math, but I'm sure I do have a lot of problems, you mumbled, as you were reminded of how you were thought as a slut in the school. You soon hear footsteps approach you. You rolled your eyes as you knew who one of the students was. They were either going to harass you or call you names. You weren't in the mood to fight. Ian, I feel so sorry for you. To think you got targeted by a pedophile, one of the students commented. You raised an eyebrow. What the hell are you talking about? You spoke out as you turned to them. Oh God, she doesn't even know it herself? One of them whispered. She's a slut. What if she's aware but actually likes it? One of them suggested. You hissed and glared at them. Just fuck off, you told them as you crossed your arms. You could hear them whisper, rude, as they walked away. You only ignored their comments. You weren't in the mood to have any more headaches. You soon heard loud footsteps running towards you. Yin! Yin! A familiar voice spoke out. You turned to see Mitsuri and Shinobu. Oh, hey guys. You were cut off by Mitsuri. You need to see this. She spoke out as she showed you a post on her phone. Your eyes widened. You knew the true story behind the photo, but without context, it does look like Blake kissed you. I need to find Blake, you spoke out as you quickly ran to find him, ignoring Shinobu and Mitsuri's yells and shouts. Meanwhile, Blake lets out a sigh as he sits down on his bench. I just finished cleaning a backyard. I hope I don't have to get up, he mumbled. Blake soon took out his box of cigarettes to smoke, but was stopped as he noticed two teachers approaching him, Kogashibo and Doma. Blake, Doma spoke out. He lets out a wheeze. Boom. Doma continues, but he didn't hold in his laughter. Kogashibo rolls his eyes. Blake Boomer, please come with us to the office. Kogashibo spoke up. Boomer? Never gets old. Doma laughed. Blake rolls his eyes. Yeah, whatever, laugh it out. Why do I need to go anyways? Blake asked. I just finished cleaning the backyard, filled with trash. Shouldn't those brats be punished? He added. Well, Blake Boomer, you broke the law, so please come with... Oh, shit, wrong person, but who cares? Doma spoke out. Blake raises an eyebrow. Broke the law? What law? If it's viably abusing those brats, I'll gladly go to jail, Blake replied. No, it isn't that, Kogashibo reassured him. Ignoring his joke or remark, no verbally abused the students, Blake raised an eyebrow. Then what is it about? He asks. You'll find out if you come with us to the office, Doma replied. I keep giving him the wrong voice. I don't fucking care anymore. Blake stared at them before getting up from his seat and going with them. While all of this happened, a certain Konroji Rengoku was hiding behind a wall. How disappointing. The teachers got to him first before I could even knock him out. He thought, I'll get him after school, he thought, as he left the area. Back to you. You looked everywhere for Blake, but you couldn't find him. Anywhere. AP pu SP Degi. I can't do that. Those words echoed on your mind. Wake up. He's in danger. You managed to... Oh my god. To scramble the words. Did it mean that Blake was in danger? Dumbass, of course he is. Where is he? You thought as you panicked and worried to start grow. Did you see that photo? A pedophile and a slut? What a hilarious duo, a student whispered, enough for you to hear. You tried to ignore them, as finding Blake was your number one priority right now. They deserve each other, one of the students giggled. A deep and quiet voice soon spoke. You shouldn't spread rumors about someone you don't know. The familiar voice spoke out. Shut the fuck up, stuttering giant. One of them mocked his stutter. Oh, okay. You turned around to see Bob, who was defending you, but got mocked by the gossiping students. Hey, make fun of his stuttering again, bitch. I fucking dare you. You glared at the student. What are you gonna do? Call your boy toys. One of them smirked. You walked up to them. What? You jealous? You spoke out. The students hissed and was about to slap you, but you grabbed her arm and twisted it. She yelps in pain. You soon let her arm go. The student glared at you before running away. Are you okay, Ian? I'm sure you heard what they said, Bob spoke up. You let out a small sigh. Don't worry, Your voice trails off, but then a familiar voice calls you out. Yin! You turn to see Tanjiro. Oh, hey, Tanjiro! You spoke out, exhausted. Bob, don't you have science class right now? Tanjiro commented. Oh, right. Yin, will you be alright? Bob asks. I will. Don't worry, Bob. You should get to class. You reassured him. He nods and soon left. Tanjiro was quick to notice your worried facial expression. What's wrong? Tanjiro asked as he walks closer to you. You haven't seen that post? You asked him. What post? He replies. Lying. You felt your eyes water as you felt stress. You didn't even care whether you could have a breakdown in the hall. Tanjiro's eyes widened. Hey, let's get you out of here first. Let's go to the rooftop, he suggested. You slowly nodded your head. He gently grabbed your wrist and led you to the rooftop. Before the two of you could even go to the rooftop, your legs felt weak, and soon you sat down on the stairs. Ian, Tanjiro spoke out as he tried to help you up. Can we just stay here on these stairs for a moment? You asked, your voice breaking. Tanjiro nodded his head and sat down next to you. I'll stay here. I'll be here for you, Yin, he spoke out, with a serious facial expression. Tears soon rolled down your cheeks. You covered your face, but Tanjiro was quick to act as he wrapped his arms around you. This fucking sucks, you mumbled. Blake is getting framed and I don't know what to do. We didn't even kiss. It's just a rumor. You don't believe it, right? You added, your voice cracking at the last sentence. He paused for a moment. Of course I don't believe it, Yen. I'm always by your side, he assured you, lying again. Thanks, you mumbled as you let out tears. I'll always be here, Yen. You can count on me. You can trust me, he told you. Tanjiro thought that today would be a trying day of killing, but it wasn't. What happened is an advantage for him, and he's grateful for that. But that doesn't mean he won't punish the one truly behind it. When your dream said wake up, he's in danger, maybe it didn't mean that Blake was in danger. Maybe it meant that, Tanjiro, these people getting obsessed with you, they're the danger. Time skip. Blake shifts uncomfortably in his seat. Why the fuck is Buzan glaring daggers at me? Didn't I already tell them the truth? He thought. Also, that fucking brat. So she is the one who posted it? Blake glares at Miyaku's goon, Karen, who wore a smirk. Blake was in the office, along with Karen and the other girls who backed up her lies. The girls claimed that Blake touched them, to which Blake responded with a disgusted face. Blake rolls his eyes in response. You won't be smirking once Yin gets her and backs up my claims, you brat, he thought. Where the hell is Yin anyway? Blake was waiting for you as Kogashibo came to get you. The door soon slammed open, revealing you with Mitsuri and Shinobu. Karen rolls her eyes while Miyaku observes. Yin, you're here, and Muzan was cut off by you. Sir Muzan, Blake told you the truth. He was just getting something out of my eye, and unfortunately someone took a photo to create a misunderstanding. You glared at Karen, who, as you understood the situation so quickly. How do you know you're not lying, though? Karen asked as she crossed her arms. Because I witnessed it, Mitsuri confidently spoke up. Karen rolled her eyes. Okay, but that doesn't justify that he touched us, she added. Blake faked gags. I'm not attracted to children, he commented. You glare at her. You really shouldn't play the victim. It doesn't suit you. You don't do it well, you told her. She let out an offended gasp. Besides, how do we know that you're telling the truth? You added, as you gave her the question she asked the two of you. She was speechless for a moment. Sir Muzan, I think that's enough proof that she's lying, you told Muzan. Muzan only stared at you. How is my silence proof? Karen asked. Silence means yes, bitch, you told her. You, shut up. This is unfair judgment. We're telling the truth, Karen spoke out. No, you're not. Stop lying, you. You were cut off by one of the girls, commenting. We don't need to believe a slut like you, one of them shouted. Oh, yes? Call me a slut, or whatever you want. You're just offended by facts, you shouted. At least I'm not defending a pedophile, Karen shouted back. Shut it, you know damn well he isn't, you yelled. He doesn't even look at women his age. The two of you are always together. Isn't that enough proof? She yelled back. That's not enough proof. Cremate evidence, bitch, you hissed. Besides, you're not in a relationship. He already has a girlfriend, you added. Blake's eyes widened as he knew where this was going. Oh, really? Then who? Karen asks. You were about to open your mouth to speak, but then, all of a sudden, you were silent by a loud bang. You flinched and turned to see who it was. It was Kogashibo, who slammed his fist onto the table. Hard. It looks like it hurt. Well, at least he managed to shut everyone up, but his facial expression didn't seem amused. Then, out of nowhere, Ducky enters the room. Karen and her backup girls were surprised. Me. I'm his girlfriend. She glared at Karen. Everyone let out a gasp. Wow. This drama is more entertaining than the whole YouTube versus TikTok's boxing match, Doma commented, as he wished he had popcorn right now. Akaza nudged his shoulder, giving Doma a sign to be more serious. I was gone for 1 day, and it seems like a whole lot has happened. Daki crossed her arms. Karen and the other girls were speechless. Frankly, I'm disappointed, but not surprised. You girls have been acting suspicious towards him, which is why I knew would bring trouble to the future. Which is why I actually took legal actions, she added. Karen's eyes widened. Illegal actions? She spoke out, confused, as fear slowly comes to her. I'll talk to your parents tomorrow, Karen, along with the rest of you girls. Taki spoke out. Well, it seems like this problem has been resolved. Muzon spoke out. He let out a sigh of relief. I can't believe I cried on Tanjiro's arms because of this. You thought... Daki soon approached Blake and talked to him about something. After she told Blake something, you soon noticed that she was approaching you. Your eyes widened. Ma'am, Daki? You spoke out and looked at her. Girls, I'll have to say, I'm sorry for inactive, and I even missed our day at the beach. Blech. She apologized. And she was cut off by the bell ringing. Yen, I have something to tell you in person later, she added. You nodded. Well, all right, you replied, confused. There's no need to apologize, Ma'am Daki, Shinobu reassured her. Mitsuri nodded in agreement. She gave the 3 of you a small smile. All right. Get moving, girls. It's time for class, she sternly told the 3 of you. The 4 of you giggled and soon started to leave. You glanced at Blake, who only gave you a thumbs-up sign, saying that he was all right. The 3 of you started to leave the office, but then you noticed Kogashibo, who had an injured fist due to him hitting too much force on punching the table. You approached him. Do you need some help with that, Sir Kogashibo? You asked. Yen! Mitsuri calls out for you. You guys go on first. I'll help Sir Kogashibo with his injury, you told them. The 2 of them nodded and soon left. The 2 of you soon headed to the infirmary. Kogashibo sat down on the tall chair as you looked around the room for the nurse, only to see her nowhere. Damn, where are the nurses when you need them? You mumbled. You soon found a letter from the nurse. If you're injured, having an asthma attack, having a fever, or have a fractured bone, ice pack will help, it reads. What the fuck? How will an ice pack even help? You mumbled in disbelief. Yen, Kogashibo calls out to you. Coming, you told him, and grabbing some alcohol and cotton balls. You soon started to clean the cut of his fist. Kogashibo watched you work. Kogashibo couldn't help but stare at your serious face. You were a hilarious and fun person to be with. What was this emotion? It was not hate, but it was more than like. He found himself getting comfortable around you in your presence. You were a fun person to be with. Every minute, every hour wasn't boring with you. He was caressing your cheek. You were surprised by the sun touch. Sir Kogashibo? You spoke out as you stared into his eyes. Your eyes look a little red. Did you cry? He asks. You freeze. You let out an awkward laugh. It's nothing that serious, sir. I was just stressed by everything that's been happening lately, you replied. He gently slides his thumb to your cheek. Ambitious. An emotion he never knew he would ever feel. In his eyes, you were strong. Mentally strong. Sometimes he wasn't. He doesn't feel anything. Yin, you're strong, he commented. You blushed as you were flustered. Thanks, you sheepishly replied. You had so many things on your plate, but you still managed to confront them so boldly. So many problems, troubles. Should I get rid of them for her? He thought. His eyes widened. Get rid of them? What the hell am I thinking? Murder? Am I really that kind of committed? He thought. That's right, folks. He only cares about whether he had the guts to murder, not the fact that both your age gaps are big. But you want to know what's bigger? Education to his job. You soon finished cleaning his wounds. You soon looked around for any bandages, but couldn't find any. Well, desperate times call for desperate measures. You spoke out as you pulled out your Digimon-themed band-aids. He raises an eyebrow, ready to question why you had it. Don't even ask, Sir Kogashibo. You told him. He nods and shuts his mouth. You gently place the band-aid on his fist. You let out a satisfied smile as you were satisfied. Done, you told him. As you looked at it, he smiles at you as his heart beats fast. It was that emotion again. Love. His eyes widened at the thought. Sir, you spoke out. As you placed your hand on his arm, he flinches and snaps out of his thoughts. He felt his cheek heat up. Sir Kogashibo, do you have a fever? You asked, concerned. No, I'm all right, Ian, he reassured you. But if it was you, a girl who makes him feel emotions, and perhaps lust in the future, he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind falling in love with you. He doesn't mind the age gap. He doesn't mind fighting his rivals. He doesn't mind chasing you. Literally.